Okay, here in Detroit, last night about 7:30 I lost power and I'm still without it. So I figured I'd come outside and see if we can convince Larry that he really should buy a Tiger One mid with airsoft barrel recoil. Now there's a lot of things about just the Tiger One mid itself that I kind of like. It's like it's got the best of both the early and the late versions. I never cared for the all steel road wheels on the late version, but the mid still has the road wheels with rubber tires like on the early. I also always thought that the Feifel tropical air cleaners look kind of bulky on the back there, but the mid has got those removed. It's a much more streamlined rear end, which I kind of like. This was a tank that you didn't usually see a lot of stowage on, and they were always neat and streamlined. One thing that they did have on the early that I kind of miss is the spare track links in the front and the shovel across the front, but they lost that for the mid. And on this one, now this I think right now it's like 570 bucks, but they were just on sale for 520, and Eric might still give you that price. And that's a lot of money for a tank, but this is a good tank. It's just about everything's metal except for the upper hull top. The turret is metal, the gun is metal, tracks, road wheels, sprockets, idlers, all that. It does have that like plastic tub with the metal insert, but I like that with the torsion bar suspension. I think that's one of the best systems out there right now. It's got some features on it too that I like better than the Panzer IV, starting with the on-off switch. It's not on the bottom of the tank, neither is the volume control. Your on-off switch is right underneath this hatch. I've already got the transmitter turned on, so we'll turn that on. You saw the barrel, that's the recoil setting itself, the servo. On this side, it has the volume control. You can turn smoke on and off from the transmitter, so you don't need a switch for that anymore. This tank runs really, really good. This is one of the first ones that Tigen came out with. One of the first Tigers with torsion bar suspension. And it's had a lot of proving time, and all the bugs have been worked out. It's got full 360 turret rotation. There's a slip ring in there. I like the paint on this one too. It's not perfect, a lot better than the Panzer IV Summer. Barrel recoil is still cycle up and down, but if you change it over to a better board, you can do that and you can keep the barrel recoil. I did it. I've got one inside that has a airsoft barrel recoil turret installed on a Tigen all metal tank, and I'm running it on the ASP, and it was no problem. I was able to hook up the trigger switch for the recoil right to the board. And let me run it a little bit. That's full speed, about right for a tank that in real life could barely hit 25 miles an hour on its best day. This thing weighs 60, 70 tons. It'll come at you at full speed too. But with those 4-shaft gearboxes in there, you get much, much better low-speed control than you do with the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV, I will be changing those gearboxes. That's not something I have to do with this tank. And this tank does come with the latest ball-bearing black steel gearboxes. Slow-speed control is good even with the stock controller. Machine gun with LED flash. Airsoft with barrel recoil. I'm going to bounce one off the house. So that you can hear how cool it sounds when the 6mm airsoft shooter hits the aluminum siding. A little elevation here. it didn't shoot. There, oh, it's hitting the leaves in front, that's why you can't hear it. Too close without enough elevation. But anyway, I really like this tank, and I wanted to get one anyway because I've already got a late and an early, so now I've got the complete collection of Tiger 1s, early, mid, and late. My early is in airsoft with barrel recoil, and my late is IR. So all three of my Tigers have barrel recoil. Actually, I have 5 Tigers, but one's still under construction, and one is a hang-along, one of the first ones I got. The new sounds are really good too. The shell ejection and reload. You know, we didn't have that on the old ones. It's got the proper engine sounds for a Tiger. Your rotation and elevation aren't bad. In these, obviously there was no power elevation. It was cranked by hand. So you hear it squeaking. And same thing for rotation. It did have power rotation when running. When the engine was off, you cranked it by hand. They're not quite that sophisticated yet, but they're getting really close. The stock sounds are really starting to get there. I know Eric had a lot to do with that. He's picky about those sounds, and that's good for us. So there it is, the Tiger 1 mid with airsoft barrel recoil. Obviously I have the track recoil turned off. Just a really great tank right out of the box. Right out of the box, it's ready to go. Like I mentioned in the other video too, they've got a much better MG42 than what they originally had when they first came out. It's a good looking little piece. It fits on there real nice and looks the part. Doesn't look toy-like like the old ones did. It also comes with replacement tow cables if you want to put the metal tow cables on there. But maybe later if I show the other Tiger. I didn't on that one, and you really can't tell. I did replace the handles though. So there she is, once again, the IMEX Tigen Tiger 1 mid with airsoft barrel recoil. They have them in stock. Hope that helps. See you next time.